Sean Madden. It's a many given Sunday magic.
Get strapped in. It's just about time to get the party started. And we are underway from the Superdome. And the opening kickoff will not be returned, as that will be a touchback. So out come the Seahawks now for their first possession. And they will be led out by their signal caller in his second year in the NFL now.
Would you say that last week's performance by him, workmanlike in terms of numbers?
One touchdown, one pick, but obviously a loss.
Yeah, that's the bottom line for him. All he cares about is how do we find a way to win the game. Maybe leans on a few other parts of the offense, and hopefully springs a receiver or two free.
12 yards on the gain. A great start for this offense. Line of scrimmage, the 37 on 1st and 10. Looking to throw. Shields. That completes it again to Metcalf. And he'll take this to the other side of midfield before going out of bounds. Another first down as he went right back to the same well, this time for 17 yards.
So we just called his name on the previous snap, and they go right back to him, Charles, for a second consecutive completion.
Yeah, I think what we're discovering on this drive is that he feels like he has answers no matter what defense you throw up there. He reads it, finds the open spot, and is available for the completion.
Looking for Rocket, and it's intercepted.
Picked off by Alontae Taylor. And the Saints are going to have the football here at their own 35-yard line.
Well, that is a quick lesson on how difficult this defense is to throw against an interception on their initial drive of the ballgame.
Now we know why their offensive staff spent the entire week awake trying to prepare for this one, because you can't totally shy away from throwing the football, but at the same time, you're looking at them and going, where are the weaknesses? How are we going to move it?
Defenses in the NFL for a reason. We just saw one example right there. A good starting spot for the Saints as they come up 1st and 10 at their 35-yard line. They begin on the ground with Kamara.
And space tough to come by there as he'll get maybe a yard to the 37.
That felt like a trap, because it looked to me like the opposing front was on that play from the get-go. They had everyone crashing the ball carrier before he even made the line, and they hold him to just a yard.
That's into a crowd and intercepted. And the Seahawks are going to take possession of the football. And this, Charles, definitely not what they were wanting to see. Remember, he threw 3 interceptions in the loss last week, and now he gives... here in the very first quarter.
And you have to think that this was drilled into him all week, too, by his teammates, by his coaching staff. They've told him all week long, we've got to protect the football. They probably crossed that fine line with giving him the right advice and saying it too much. And it turned out that it got into his head a little bit. That was nice work there defensively to force the incompletion. Now, even though this drive started in plus territory, they're still not in field goal range yet. So they can work towards another couple of stops and not allowing that turnover to hurt.
First carry now for Kareem Hunt. Takes this to the 32, maybe the 31, and then the defense rallying quickly after that broken tackle. They get 7 out of that, so they're left with a 3rd and 3.
Coming up here looking for 3 yards to pick up the first.
On 3rd and short, they'll try and pick it up through the air. Oh, he tries to get it to Metcalf, but it's intercepted. Picked off by Marshawn Lattimore.
And the Saints are going to have it here as they'll start at their own 24-yard line.
CD, I know it's just his second year in the league as a quarterback, but that's going to be one when he flips on the tape. He's like, I shouldn't have thrown that ball.
No doubt about it, and his coaching staff will be emphatic about he shouldn't have thrown that ball. But remember, second year, as you noted, on-the-job training, so he's got to take this feedback that he's getting, negative or otherwise, and turn it into positives moving forward.
A loss of a yard there to start out. That leads to a 2nd and 11. Back to throw. Owens.
This one complete to Jerry Jeudy.
And he'll get this one way up just shy of the 45-yard line. Last play they got stumped at the line. Different story here for 20 yards.
That's how you shake out the interception you threw on the opening drive. Come back and throw another strike and gain nice yardage. And I give credit to two people on this one. The man throwing the ball and the person calling the plays. They're not shutting him down early in this game.
Now a first down carry. It's Kamara.
And a lane slow and materializing there as he'll get maybe a yard up to the 45. The Saints at 4-5, a game under 500. They were losers their last time out. Trying to get back in the win column, but obviously not an easy task here.
And the Seahawk defense gets to him, and they bring him down.
Darrell Taylor from his outside linebacker spot gets him down there for a loss of 4.
This offensive line has struggled. In fact, when we sat down with the coach, he said it's been in tatters lately. They allowed 6 sacks in their last game. Just gave up another one right there.
In tatters, so it sounds a little bit like this right now?
Exactly. It's like that paper being ripped. And right now, they've got to find a way to get it back together.
And now maybe they want some extra time to talk about this 3rd and long play as we'll get a timeout. They'll have 2 remaining as we step aside here in this first quarter. Now on 3rd and long, they'll look to throw. Under pressure, they got him again.
Darrell Taylor drops him again for the 2nd straight play, and it brings up 4th down.
Most about playing with guys who knew how to rush the passer. They would just tell you, just cover people for me, just long enough for me to get there. And that's exactly what happened on that play.
So just a 3-yard return following a punt of 45. And it'll be Seahawk football, 1st and 10.
Not the start to this ball game he had hoped for. 2 drives, 2 interceptions. The good news is this ball game is still scoreless. So let's start all over here. 1st and 10.
They go back to the air here after the INT on the last drive.
Finding Sterling Shepard for his first catch.
And he'll get this one way up just shy of the 45-yard line. Took just one play to move all the way to the 44 as they try again on 1st down.
Handoff up the middle, Hunt. And he was able to shed 1 tackle but could not get away from there.
5 yards is the tally on 1st down. That brings up 2nd and 5. They run again with Hunt. And he's going to take this across the 50 and into Saints territory.
Just not a whole lot of room to operate there on that carry.
No, not at all. They did a really nice job staying in their proper places and not allowing any lanes to open up.
Off the bootleg.
Shields.
Rush coming, and he's taken down. It'll be a loss of 8 on the sack, and it's going to lead him to 4th down. On 4th down, ready to punt, Michael Dixon. He punted 4 times in the loss last week as he gets this one away here. Oh, and what a play on special teams here. This is going to be down inside the 5, all the way down at the 2-yard line.
And he's got to be fired up about that effort. I don't think he could have walked out and placed it any better than where he ended up putting the football. That was excellent.
Out onto the field comes New Orleans.
And they dipped a game below 500 following the loss last week. And you get the sense that maybe this team's at a little bit of a crossroads here.
Yeah, I think that's a really good way to put it, because what's that old malaprop? If you come to a fork in the road, take it. Because this crew, they're losing ground fast. They've got to start winning some ball games. And the good teams, they're starting to separate themselves, and these guys are being left behind.
And they'll get him down up past the 15. That'll go for a gain of 13, helping big time to get away from that end zone. First down. No score after one on EA Sports. Ready for the second quarter from New Orleans. It's the Saints in possession as they've got it with a 1st and 10. Now they'll toss it out right to Kamara. Now the result here, a pickup of 8. Leaves them with 2 to go on second down.
I know the toss play begins with the guy taking the snap and turn around and tossing it to the runner. But where the real intrigue is, can they seal the edge? Whether it's an offensive tackle or a tight end in the direction they want to run the football. If they do that, that's the result that you get, that type of a gain. If they don't, oftentimes it's not a very successful play.
And they'll bring him down at the 27-yard line. They'll get 3 as the drive continues. It's a first down. Kamara try the right side. 2 yards on the carry there. It'll be second down.
This drive is pretty clear. Almost feels like old school fundamentals, doesn't it? Want to impose their will on the defense. What's that, 5 straight runs?
Yeah, 5 straight carries to start this drive. And like you said, the way it's working, they may just stick with it. And eventually taken down here. Great coverage downfield.
A loss of 3 on the sack made by Moore.
Seventh play of this drive coming up, but a long way to go on third down. Looking to throw. Owens.
Man open, that's Anthony Schwartz.
And he'll be taken down, but not before they work it across midfield. A good pickup there, 26 yards. This offense finding its legs now. Here's another 1st and 10. They'll pound it up the middle with Kamara. And he's got room. Past the 20. Touchdown, New Orleans.
Well, what a first half he's had running the football. Another terrific run there, and this one finds the end zone.
Well, he knows the guy's capable of coming up with big plays in the running game, and his offensive line knows it as well. That keeps them motivated, looking for those extra blocks to give him room to run downfield.
Extra point splits the uprights, and it's now a 7-0 game. So that drive in total 8 plays. And the capper came from Alvin Kamara on the touchdown run. The ball upright on the tee, and the Saints kick team booms it away.
And it'll come out to the 25 as he will not attempt to return.
The Seattle now ready to march out of the field.
And, you know, it's certainly a lot of football left to play. We're not into December yet, but right now where we stand, they're in first place in their division, looking really good and looking to be a threat come January.
And are you one of those early holiday shoppers, partner? Are you one of those guys get your list done? Because I think about what every team has on their holiday shopping list right now. What's the number 1 goal? Make the playoffs. Number 2, win your division. Number 3, and I think the biggest goal of all, try to get the number 1 seed so you get that first round bye and ensure you don't have to go anywhere in January and hopefully get to the Super Bowl that way.
They try to throw on second down, but this one is incomplete. Fair to say it hasn't been his best game throwing the football, but also not getting a lot of help out there either.
Yeah, you nailed it pretty well, you know. He's got to throw it better, got to get more help. Obviously one that should have been caught. They've got to find a way to bring those 2 elements together so they can make some progress in this one.
A nifty bit of scrambling there. 12 yards, first down. Hunt He'll try going up the middle. And that'll be good for 8 yards to the 45.
Even though they gave up more than they wanted to on that play, it actually illustrates how well they bottled him up throughout the game because that was his longest run of this contest.
On second down, right back to Hunt. They'll lose a yard on the play, so now they need 3 yards on third down. Now they'll throw here out of the gun. Open man is Metcalf. He's got it. And this is going to be another first down as the tackle's made at the Saints' 38-yard line. Give them 18 on the play. So in Saints territory now. Here's 1st and 10 at the 38. Back to throw. Shields buying time to his left. He'll get 8 on the scramble there. It'll be 2nd and a couple.
I think the defense surprised him there with that blitz on first down, but give him credit. Stayed cool under pressure and still found a way through the extra rushers for positive yardage. Well done.
Off the bootleg. Shields. His throw incomplete.
Well, this is a half where not just the coverage, but the entire defense is setting the tone in this game.
So they need 2 yards here on third down. Remember, they're already 2 of 2 on third down conversions on this drive. They'll try to run for the first down with Hunt. And he's able to get it down to the 25-yard line. 5 yards is the pickup there as that extends this drive.
And the Seahawks first down.
2 minutes on the clock, second quarter, 7-0 ball game. On 1st and 10, Shields. That one is caught by Hunt. And he's going to be brought down at about the 16.
And I like the idea here. Get the ball in his hands, even if it's in the passing game. 3 catches a week ago, and he does a nice job here to pick up yardage.
Looking to throw on second down. Shields. That is caught inside the 5. Touchdown, Seahawks. Noah Fant, his 9th touchdown of the season. And the Seahawks are an extra point away from drawing level. An extra point by Bass, up and good. And we are tied at 7. So that one a long 11-play drive. So all even at 7 now as they kick it away. And it's Noah Fant who caps things off with the touchdown. And ultimately cannot get this out to the 25-yard line as he's dropped at the 23. The Saints offense now, they get ready to head back onto the field. So both of these teams, Charles, coming off touchdowns now, but this offense, they just had to stand on the sideline, watch their opponent author. Nowhere to go here. He lost the football. But fortunately, the Saints were able to hold on to it, so they will indeed keep possession. Now we'll get a quick timeout called by New Orleans, number 2. As they'll head to the sideline and talk over what to do next. Sacks, a growing theme in this first half. This is 2nd and long. Looking to throw. Owens. All right, rifles one, and that's going to be intercepted. Picked off by Jamal Adams. And he will take this one home. It's a touchdown. But Charles, you can just... on the sideline. Safe to say that's not how they expected this series to go. The ball only went one way, and it was backward
into their own end zone, courtesy of the pick six.
And, Brandon, how often do we hear offenses tell us before a game they want to end every series with a kick, right? A punt, a PAT, or a field goal. In the case of a defense, they want to end with a punt or a takeaway. And we saw the takeaway right there, and it turned out to be a takeaway that turned into 6 points.
And out a little across the 25 to the 27. The road ahead a little bit more difficult now after that pick six. So dealing with this deficit here, we'll see if he can try to make amends on this drive. 1st and 10.
Throwing after the interception, Owens.
Oh, he was hit as he threw it there, and that one winds up incomplete.
This defense is going to have to finish the job. There's still a second half that they have to play. But so far, an absolute total effort. They've disrupted the passing game, stressed the pocket for the quarterback. They forced him into errant throws. Everything they're doing has been executed well.
1st down now, but the clock continues to move.
Good for the Saints. 1st and 10 at the 49-yard line.
Operating from the gun, Owens. He lets this one fly toward the back of the end zone. And it's incomplete. Took a shot, couldn't connect.
Early on, the running game's been working well, and the offensive line has been pleased by that. The thought process there, catch those safeties creeping up, trying to help against the running game. They tried to hit him over the top, unsuccessfully.
After the incomplete pass, here now is 2nd and 10. Again, he'll drop to throw. This will be caught. Judy. Now the Saints will use their 3rd and final timeout, as it comes with 22 seconds to go here in half number 1.
And that's a more than acceptable read right there because it's zone coverage, so timing is everything. This time he waits for his man to come open, puts it right on him, and they pick up a 1st down.
Nowhere to turn this time, and he goes down. Sacked back at the 29. So we have reached halftime with a touchdown. That's the difference on the scoreboard. As we'll get you over to Orlando, where standing by is Jonathan Coachman. He has our EA Sports.
Past the halfway point of the season and now past the halfway point of this game. We skip halftime and get right back to the action. Set to begin the 3rd quarter.
And we welcome you back now. Alongside Charles Davis, I'm Brandon Gaudin, getting set for quarter number 3 here.
Kene Nwagu now out of his end zone. And he had no room to run as he's tackled down inside the 20. Out come the Saints now. They'll go on offense first here to begin the 3rd quarter. Well, Charles, we saw a pretty entertaining first half, close ball game. Remember there toward the end of the 2nd quarter, the opposition scored to take the lead. Now we'll see if these guys can get a score of their own to regain that lead.
Yeah, they want to have that type of a response, don't they? Because they want to find a way to take control of the ball game one more time. The ball's being thrown down. They want to see if they're ready to answer it.
I don't know what else can be said about this pass rush. They have been sensational. CD, that is now 6 sacks for them.
And how many times do we talk to offensive coordinators and they say a sack is a result of everyone on offense not doing their job? But let's be honest about this one. This is the offensive line unable to counter the pass rush. They've been teeing off all game long.
That one covers 24 yards. It's a 1st down. Back to throw. Owens. Pressure comes. He's taken down by the Seahawk defense. He couldn't get rid of it. He takes a sack for a loss of 6 to bring up 2nd down. Out of the gun, they'll look to throw. And pressure coming, and they got him once again. It'll go as a loss of about 6, and now it brings up third.
So one quick, easy analysis about why they've struggled so far. They keep putting themselves in third and long situations. They just took another sack right there.
And the offensive film session tomorrow may be a little longer than it normally is.
Not a lot of positive grades will be handed out thus far.
Throwing on 3rd and long. Owens. And that's going to be too high. Out of bounds and incomplete. Here comes the Saints punter now, as he'll punt it away for the second time. That'll be a 43-yard punt, just a single yard on the return. And it will be 1st and 10 as they take over. So here are the Seahawks ready to take over on offense. They lead things here as they start 1st and 10, trying to get rid of that bad taste in their mouth from the loss last week to the Atlanta Falcons. He's going to dump this off to his running back, Hunt. Now we're going to get a timeout here as it looks like there's a Seahawk injured on the play.
Well, now they're going to come out and take a look at this injury, and we'll be back in a moment.
To throw on 2nd down. Shields. That's caught over the middle by Fant.
Shields pass.
They gave up the completion there, but this is what zone defenses count on. Catching the ball and not much run after the catch.
They'll come to the line, needing only 2 yards to gain the first here.
Off the play fake. Shields. This one into the hands of Metcalf.
And he has a big gain inside the 40 before being dropped.
Well, they were in search of a short gain on 3rd down, and they wind up nabbing over 20 yards. So the ball moves from one 38 to the other as they come up on 1st and 10. Back to throw again. He'll get 3 yards on the scramble there at 2nd down.
Only a short game there, but that's okay if you're the offense. They brought a lot of pressure at him, and he uses athleticism to at least get back to the line and make 2nd down a lot shorter than it was looking for a moment.
They'll run with Hunt on 2nd down. And he'll be a little shy of the 25 here at the 26-yard line. 9 yards to pick up there, and it's a 1st down.
Well, you certainly have to give a little credit here because they're playing this game now at their pace. This is ball control football, sustained runs, taking their time, and making it work.
Just a yard on the pickup there, and it'll bring up a 2nd and 9.
Not much on that run, Charles.
No, that's exactly the way to execute a run blitz there. They guessed correctly that they would move the ball on the ground, honed in on it, and stopped them. Marked that down for a win in the defense's column.
Now a 2nd down throw for the end zone, but it's incomplete. Just a little beyond the reach there of his receiver. That's probably one he wishes he had back.
He wishes it had been 7-on-7 in practice, or maybe even routes versus air, because that's a completion he makes, 9.9 times out of 10? Just missed that one.
Now the throw on 3rd down, knocked away and incomplete.
So Tyler Bass on now for the field goal.
This a 43-yard attempt.
The kick by Bass is good.
And they will move up by 10 now, 17-7.
So the lead grows here incrementally, but I think the way their defense is playing, you feel okay with just getting 3.
They've definitely been stout so far, but now that can all change because if one guy gets loose for 70 yards, this is a different game. But as it stands, field goals are good. Just keep adding to that lead.
And it's a pretty good return here as he'll get this up to the 29. The New Orleans offense set to take over.
They find themselves down 17-7 as they start this drive 1st and 10. Throwing to start the drive. Owens.
Oh, this one incomplete. The pressure got to him as he released it. And it's second down. Glad to be in the great city of New Orleans. Rolling along here in the third quarter. 2nd and 10. Operating from the gun. Owens. And he bats it away, and it falls down incomplete.
Nice back-to-back plays defensively. They're stacking momentum now. 1 incompletion, 2 incompletions. They're going for more.
This offense in desperate need of a conversion as they come up on 3rd down. Operating from the gun. Owens. Got an open man. It's Olave. And he is going to have a Saints first down as they're able to get the 3rd down conversion. They'll stick with the passing game as he looks to throw. Going for the deep ball. And that is incomplete.
But you got to think that sooner or later, they're going to hit one of those. But the coverage has been excellent thus far. And it was again on the last play.
So after the incompletion on first, now 2nd and 10. They'll look to throw again. Downfield, and he's got Olave. And they'll have it in the red zone before he crosses over out of bounds. 36 yards on the play. And you need a big play? Go to your big play guy.
Listen, that's football 101. When you have to have it, you expect that guy to step up. A lot of people call these receivers divas. Sometimes just leadership when they get in the huddle and say, get me the ball. I'm about to make a big play.
Now a throw to the end zone on 1st down, but it winds up incomplete. Boy, the numbers throwing the football just not trending in the right direction. Last week he was under 50%. He's under 50% again here.
And we haven't gotten an announcement.
And he's going to be intercepted a 3rd time. And the Seahawks are going to have it here at their own 32-yard line. Boy, so another interception. It feels like he's starting to unravel a little bit.
And as you would expect, still a work in progress here in his 2nd season. He has to start ironing out some of these mistakes, though, because now his head coach, his offensive coaches, they have to evaluate whether you keep playing him and let him work through it, or you start thinking about going to his backup.
They go over the middle, and it's complete to start the drive. So the completion good for 6 yards, and it'll be 2nd down. Looking to throw. Shields. Toward the sideline, and look at that catch. Dragging the toes, and that's going to be a 1st down. Well done. Give them 11 yards that time and a new set of downs. On 1st down, Shields. Now wasted time going right back to DK Metcalf. And he's able to take it across midfield before going out of bounds. And they're not going to get to the line to run another play. Back now here live in New Orleans. It's the Seahawks with the possession. They also have the lead here as we get set for the 4th and final quarter. Off play action. Shields. And it's a short one here, complete to his tight end. And he'll be brought down inside the 40-yard line.
Many different ways to create space, but on that play, he did it with that big, wide body of his. Didn't get a whole lot of yardage on the play, but it did what it was supposed to. Pick up a 1st down.
So from the 39 now, they'll come up on a 1st and 10. They run right side with Hunt. A beautiful fake.
Give him 3 on first down. It'll set up a 2nd and 7. They stay on the ground. Again, it's Hunt. And he'll be upended at the 33 following a gain of 3. And guess what? It brings up 3rd down.
Brandon, I've got to think this offensive line has got some smiles on its faces. And I know it sounds crazy, but they practiced for this back in training camp. They knew they'd be in situations where it'd be extra defenders in the box coming after them, trying to keep them from locking down a game. Right now, they want to show the world they're up to the challenge.
Pretty well through the air. Another first down. From the red zone now, they'll look to throw. And his throw is incomplete.
The coverage keyed in on him since that last completion his way. He earned a little more attention on that route, and that made it a lot tougher to get a clean throw his way.
An incomplete pass on first down. That leads to a 2nd and 10. Back to throw. Shields. And this one incomplete. Too much contact to hold on to that one, and it's 3rd. This drive, which was going so smoothly, all of a sudden it's a little bit of a roadblock here with 2 straight incompletions.
Yeah, apparently this defense has had enough. Apparently they're saying no more. We're making a stand right here, right now. But it is 3rd and 10. They've got to get after him one more time.
So no sack. He gets back to the line of scrimmage, but it'll still bring up a 4th down.
Late in the game, he's certainly doing everything in his power to find time for his guys to make a play. But in this case, he's surrounded, and all he has room to do is to get back to the line of scrimmage.
The kick by Bass is good, and that will open the lead up now to 20-7. So that maybe not a knockout blow, but I suppose certainly every little bit helps when you're trying to salt one away in the 4th.
Well, the possibility of being beaten by 2 late touchdowns or at least sent to overtime does exist. The time, definitely a big factor at this stage of the game, is in their favor.
And good coverage there on special teams as they'll get him down shy of the 20. Out onto the field comes New Orleans. As this offense takes the field against CD, remember last drive they were moving the football, but then they threw that costly interception, so we'll see if they can right the ship here on this drive.
And doesn't that just sum up football? We see it all the time, don't we? The defense goes from losing the battle to making a huge play.
And his pass is intercepted for the 4th time today. And the Seahawks are going to take possession of the football. Charles, whatever's going on between... Now, it's just not completely calculated correctly. 7 picks between last week and this week after that one.
And they always say the most important part of a player is those 6 inches between the ears. But
end zone caught. Touchdown, Seattle. Sterling Shepard. A 15-yard touchdown grab. And the Seahawks look like they're going to get back in the win column as they extend their lead here in this 4th quarter. Forced out to his, and he's going to be taken down. It's a sack, and they fail on the try for 2. Trying to roll out, make a play outside of the pocket, but couldn't get it done.
When you don't have a lot of space for your receivers to operate, and down there is really condensed when you're snapping the ball from the 2-yard line, rolling out, you extend a play, but you don't necessarily open up better avenues for people. And on that play, there's just nowhere to go with the ball, and you end up getting sacked.
Now the Saints coming back out ready to go for this next drive. Well, I think that the folks here had hoped that maybe this home atmosphere would carry their guys to a surprise victory, but it does not appear that that's going to be the case. There's too much to handle on the other side in this one. And he's got it past the 30 before he's hit and dropped. 86 yards rushing for him now as he has been tremendous all day long. Throwing on first down. Owens.
And that is incomplete. Oh, the coverage a little too good there. And it's second down.
They lead big, and a major part of that has been how they've taken their play to a whole new level this second half. No points allowed since the break, and you can add another incompletion to the total.
And now look at this. Big gain, but a fumble. And the Seahawks have picked it up. And they will take over possession of the football at their 42-yard line.
And with that kind of a deficit, you can't afford to make any kind of mistakes. But it's been pretty symptomatic of what we've seen all game with them, isn't it? Down this big in the fourth quarter.
You'd say an afternoon to forget, absolutely. They'll begin the drive with Hunt. And he'll be taken down just shy of midfield. A solid run on first down. Gain of 7 leaves him with a 2nd and 3. Off the play fake. Shields swings this out for Hunt. And he'll go down, but not before getting this inside the 30. 23 yards the pickup there. So in Saints territory now. Here's 1st and 10 as they've got it to the 28-yard line. They'll run with Hunt. And he went backwards. He'll be down at the 30. 2 yards the loss, 2nd and 12.
Sometimes being a linebacker in the middle of the field is kind of like being a doctor on the field. You got to make the right diagnosis. Here he correctly sets his run and shoots through to make the play in the backfield.
Wide 2nd down, right back to Hunt. And he's able to get it to the edge of the red zone at the 20-yard line. So from 2nd and long, now we go to 3rd and very manageable.
Yeah, they love that phrase, don't they? Because as an offensive coordinator, you can keep people a little bit off balance and guessing because you don't have to throw it. You can come back with a strong run game if you want to. And if you're in 4-down territory, that really opens things up for you.
So it's Seahawk football as we march toward a conclusion. They've got a 3rd down now as they look for one more first down to help salt this one away. He's going to be a yard short. Needed 2, but only got 1. 4th down. And quickly we're going to get another stop here with 1:54 left as they call the timeout defensively. So Tyler Bass on now for the field goal. It'll be from the right hash, and it'll be a 36-yarder. The kick by Bass is good, and that will extend their lead even further. Well, ultimately not really sure that they're going to need those 3 points, but they'll take the 3, and they pad that lead.
Yeah, this one's already wrapped up, but you and I both know if you're an offensive coordinator, you never let up on the gas unless the head coach tells you to do so, and maybe you've actually clicked him off in your headset so you can keep calling plays and trying to add to this lead.
And he won't get this to the 20-yard line as he's down at the 19. The New Orleans offense back out and ready to go. Facing a big fourth-quarter deficit here, things not looking good. You know, this offense, though, they've been in the top half of the NFL so far this season, but in this one, well, their defense has really struggled. Throwing to start the drive. Owens. He's got a man, complete. And they'll get this down to the 42-yard line. Now we'll get a quick timeout called by New Orleans, number 2, as they'll get a chance to talk it over after picking up the first down. Looking to throw. Owens. And now here is another interception. And the Seahawks are going to get it back here just shy of the 20. Well, there's 2 sides to this coin. I mean, on one side, 5 interceptions now thrown for him. That's tough. But, man, this defense, they have been ball hawking and impressive. But, Charles, let's flip it back over. If you're coaching a quarterback that's struggling this much at this stage of the game, do you maybe try to get him out?
I would think about it. I think about it awfully hard, but also you might want to look into his eyes, see what he has. He might be one of those players that you don't want to affect his confidence by actually pulling him out of the game. So you have to know your player. You have to know the situation.
Just a couple on the ground there, and that's going to bring up 3rd and about 6. I guess the simple question, why not just take a knee there?
I don't understand either why you would take any sort of a chance. We've seen it happen in the game of football. It doesn't matter whether you've watched high school, college, or the NFL. Some people get a little greedy, try to get that extra running play in, and it can backfire on them.
Delay of game, offense.
So they accept the penalty, of course, and push the offense backwards a bit.
After the delay, they're backed up even further for 3rd and long. They'll run again with Hunt. And that's not going to get it done. He'll come up well short of the first at about the 21. So the victory here for Seattle. And it was their defense that really made the statement after the break. They pitched the second half shutout.
Yeah, think about the team that just got vanquished.
Dollar. Hey, DJ Mosky, let's get it. We the champions here in Los Angeles. We doing numbers. Bringing home victory straight out the huddle. I met the plug, introduced to my brother. My squad superior, ain't none above us. We doing numbers. Gang in the building, we taking it over. Call the promoters. I just put up in this thing with my...
Yeah. You're in the presence of the realest essence. I've been serving lessons since the days of my adolescence. On the Cypress block, young buck, holding it like we knew it all. Not afraid to do it all. Matter of fact, I look back and do it all. I can remember the haters say the game will ruin y'all. What's that to me? Don't give about a hater. Let them like the in my paper.
They call me Big Dog, riding with the hillbilly. Q-Bone stallion with the lip. Really became a boss many years back. When I'm gone, can be pull your tears back. We put the bang and produce. You got no chance of hanging. They take the tails when you're flipping the quarter. We ain't slowing down, we crashing through the border.